And good morning at 7:04 on this Friday, June 28th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Here we are on a Friday morning. The sun is shining. It's going to be a fantastic day. We welcome you to our program. And we welcome Wilson Bank and Trust and Amelia Vance, who is here to talk about the bank this morning. Amelia, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
It has been, but good to be back.
All right. Amelia is Chief Experience Officer, Executive Vice President. That is your title. What does that mean you do?
Well, experience is about more than just the single interaction. Experience is about everything that happens with a customer from the time that they become aware of your brand until they're no longer a customer. And the same goes for the employee experience as well. And so really focusing on every touch point that both the customer and the employee have with the bank and making sure that those are what we want them to be.
Well, I know you've got a number of things you want to talk about. We won't dwell on this long, but you've had a good time. You've had a great experience, I think, at Wilson Bank.
I have had a fantastic experience at Wilson Bank. I'm working on my 26th year with them, and I still love going to work every day, getting the opportunity to do that. So it's been a good partnership.
And you haven't done the same thing all along. You've started wherever and moved up and moved around, and that's probably been good.
Variety is good, and I have been blessed with that at the bank and enjoy both customers and employees and the ability to interact on a daily basis, but also get my hands dirty a little bit in processes and procedures. So touches all those things that I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, what in particular you have to tell us this morning?
So the 4th of July, obviously, is on Thursday. And so all of our offices will be closed. Just want to be sure that everyone's aware of that. Our customers can still access their accounts online and through mobile if they need to. And they can also call our 844 number for service. In some instances there. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Then, of course, the fireworks are going on in 3 cities across the county, in Lebanon, in Mount Juliet, and Watertown. So want to be sure everybody makes it out to celebrate Independence Day. In addition to that, before the 4th of July, it's race weekend in Wilson County at the Nashville Superspeedway. We recently offered the opportunity for our customers to come in and register to win tickets to both tonight's race and tomorrow night's race. And so we were able to give several sets of those tickets away. So looking forward to our customers having the opportunity to enjoy some race time.
Yeah, our county, the whole area here is getting quite a bit of publicity regarding this, and 3 races down there this
Yes, and it's something for everybody. The truck race, I think, is tonight, the Xfinity tomorrow night, and then, of course, the NASCAR Cup Series on Sunday. So,
you a big race fan?
Not really.
Not really, but at least you know about it.
Enough to be, that's probably all I know about it, Coleman. We also are excited to share that we have completed the remodel of our main office, so invite people out to come see that. We're doing some updating at our 109 office. While the main office received a pretty large facelift and some, really from paint to flooring to lighting, just a whole new look there. Our 109 office is getting just a minor facelift with some updated paint and carpet and that kind of thing. So would love to have people come out and see us, visit and see what we've done there.
Right. Well, of course, the main office there is kind of small now compared to the one beside it. But all of that does show a lot of growth and really over a fairly short period of time when you think about it.
We have been very blessed to grow in lots of areas in not only Wilson County, but in Middle Tennessee and Chattanooga. And I think that the updating to the main office and also the addition of our operations building shows our commitment to remaining independent and also to the communities and the service.
Well, you got anything else there on your notes this morning we've got to talk about?
Want to be sure that everybody knows that we also have some CD specials going on currently, a 10-month, a 20-month, and a 30-month. So invite everybody to call us and check out those rates if they're interested maybe in putting some money in for a period of time. And if not, our money markets also have great rates currently. So.
Okay. Well, Amelia, it is good to see you. And again, of course, all the branches closed on July 4th, next Thursday, for Independence Day. And as you always are doing this morning, encouraging people to participate in their community, whether it's Watertown, Mount Juliet, or Lebanon.
Yes.
Fireworks celebrating the 4th.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, a great 4th, and we'll see you next time whenever that is.
Thanks a bunch. Good to see you.
Amelia Vance, Chief Experience Officer, Executive Vice President for Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, still here, still independent, still committed to you, excellence in banking since 1987. We're 10 minutes after the hour, and my guest this morning is Director of Schools, Jeff Luttrell. Mr. Luttrell, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to have you here. This is a little bit different, unusual for you. Usually, you're nearly always here on a Tuesday after a Monday night board meeting, but sometimes the schedule gets changed a little bit. You had a board meeting last night, and I understand you're going to have some time off that might have something to do with coming next Tuesday. Anyway, with the board meeting last night, you're here today to tell us about that and other things. And, of course, good to have you with us.
Thanks, Coleman.
What happened last night?
Well, it was a good meeting. Quite a bit of business items on the agenda. Probably where we spent most of our time last night was we had new laws that go in place that impact us starting July 1. So there was quite a bit of updating of policy and creation of a couple of policies to get us aligned with the state laws that were passed in the last legislative session. So we took care of that. And they were pretty straightforward, just following the language of the law. And then we got into quite a bit of updates on some of our construction projects and roofing projects, and that took some time, but all good discussions, and as we continue to move forward with Wilson County Schools.
As you take a look at last year, and you've had time now since graduation in the last of May, it's been about a month, a good 4 weeks here to kind of look back and think about last year, perhaps. I guess you do a little bit of that. And well, we did good here. We could have done better here. What kind of marks you give last school year?
Well, we had a great school year last year, and that was included last night. We've gotten some of our data back. We don't have all of our growth data back, but we will be getting that back in this coming month, and we'll be able to get a better picture. But, we watch that daily, and it was highlighted last night, our third and fourth grade. There's been so much discussion over third and fourth grade ELA, language arts programs, and our students are, again, quite a bit above the state average. It was reported last night, we've got the highest proficiency levels that we've had ever in those two grades. So there was some discussion about some of the things that have been put in place seem to be working. Thank you, and we'll be monitoring that more if we see the growth. But our proficiency levels, obviously, you have to give some credit to our in-school tutoring that's going on during the school year and our summertime program that's finished up, and that's been so controversial and so stressful on these parents, these third grade students and parents, but to see those proficiency levels shoot up and us continue to be above the state average, that's good information. Now, there's still things that need to be working on, and I made the statement last night that the greatest thing that's probably came out of that legislation piece is that we are doing the summer school program and the in-school tutoring. And really, I'm not sure it should have taken legislation to do that. We should have had the freedom to do but the legislation provided the funding, and that's an important piece of it. And because we know that kids learn best when we know what their gaps are and we really develop a game plan individual for that individual student to address those gaps, those skill gaps. And so we're being able to do that, and I think that's just a good model, and I was glad to see that. We're starting to get in some data, and we feel like we're still going to be one of the top districts in the state. And our performance says that. We a lot of times we take some hits or there's some statements made, well, you're only 50% or you're only 60%. That's true. We want to be 100%. Yeah. But data and statistically, what we've got to continue to look for is that our proficiency levels keep going up and that our students are growing regardless of where they're at. So that's twofold of what happens in a classroom during a year with a teacher, that they get a group of students. You got to find out where they're at, which we have that data now. That should be no problem to know where kids are coming into us at. And then individually, let's say you've got a class of 25 kids or 22 kids, you are responsible for moving them all, and every kid don't come in at a proficient level, that there's gaps. But over time, we should see those gaps closed. And we think we do a good job of that in Wilson County, and that's a credit to our teachers and our administrators, and so we're pretty proud of that.
So you're maybe not as concerned now as you might have been a year or two ago with the gaps or the inefficiency?
Well, it's not to say we're not as concerned, but
we feel better.
We do feel better. Okay. And our district has, that there was a big gap after COVID. We've regained that. We're back above that. We did that last year. So, yes, I'm very proud of our teachers. I'm proud of our administrators. I'm proud of our students, our parents, because we are just continuing to forge ahead and see growth in proficient and growth levels. Now, what we'll spend the rest of the summer doing is that data comes in, is breaking that down by individual grade level, individual subject. And there will be areas we know that we'll take the lowest areas, and that'll be our goals. One of the things I am very proud of is this year, the goals that we set. 2 years ago, it was middle school. We were able to see our middle schools really move their proficiency levels up. This year, it was our ELA. And so the data is already showing us the goals we set, we met. And that's the process we go through, and it's very satisfying to see us reach those goals.
Okay, Jeff Luttrell, our Director of Schools, is here. We've got to take a break. We'll talk more in a moment on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota, they'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still bunched up pretty good here on 65 southbound, trying to get past Trinity Lane as that traffic flow builds down through that area. It's still not too bad right now. 24 out through the Antioch area, coming in 24 west from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County into Davidson County, out in Wilson County. A little bit of radar earlier, Wilson and Smith County, down I-40. Be careful. Prince's Hot Chicken offers DoorDash, Uber Eats delivery. Check out the new menu, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at mylebanonTNDentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
Are you facing a challenging time that you need help navigating? Well, look no further than your local law firm of Kane & Crowell. At the offices of Kane & Crowell, our team of experienced attorneys is here to guide you through every step of the process. With a proven track record of success and a commitment to our clients and our community, look no further than the team at Kane & Crowell to fight for your rights and provide representation you deserve. 615-784-4800.
We continue here on a Friday morning, and if you joined us late, let me explain that we do have Director of Schools Jeff Luttrell. He's here this morning because of meeting last night. It fit our schedules better for him to be here today, and of course, we're a little more timely by being here today and waiting until next Tuesday. But anything else from last night's meeting you want to mention?
Yeah, was some discussion, got some information on updating our school capacity numbers, student enrollment, and based off projection, we're seeing those numbers still go up. Had 3 or 4 of our schools that we think will hit 90-some% capacity this year, and with what we're doing with Legardo, that school, hopefully, next 12 to 13 months we'll have an opportunity to open that one. There'll be a school in Central Pike, the Glayville Community, an elementary school that will go to bid this month, and so we'll get some numbers there to take to the board in August. And then if they approve those, then we'd be pushing that to the county commission for funding. So that will relieve some of it, but we're still watching, and there was some discussion about continue to watch that. We've got to watch these middle schools now, and even brought up last night, a high school is, from the day you start really talking about it, your minimum 3 years before you get use of it. And we're going to see Lebanon High School probably hit right around 2,000 students, could go over 2,000 students this year. So there was some discussion there, and just, when a school hits 90%, that doesn't mean it's no at full capacity, but that 10% can slip up on you just in a year or two, the way we're seeing this growth. So there's some discussion there, and just good information. We'll continue to monitor that. And then probably the biggest thing, we have to annually, it's required that we set an annual agenda for our meetings, and that's usually a pretty formality. But there have been just some discussions since I've been director, really, especially in the last 2 years, as we're growing in the business side of this equation. There had been some discussion of, do we need to go to 2 meetings a month? So we actually meet 2 meetings a month with our work session prior to the board. So they had charged me last month with looking at that and bringing something to them. And so what we did was I brought 2 options: continue as we are with a work session, which is a non-voting meeting, and then I brought a plan that would go to 2 meetings a month. Be no work session. Every meeting would be a voting meeting. And after some discussion, it was good discussion. It will change a little bit how we do business, but that did pass unanimously. So starting in September, we're going to go back in August and change our board policy to match that, but they accepted that. And starting in September, you will see us going to 2 meetings a month. And so
now are they pretty much designated as to when? They
will be designated. I laid it out on a calendar. We'll have to make some adjustments because some of them fell on holidays. There'll have to be some consideration for December. Not sure they will need 2 meetings in the month of December, but that will be a change, and it does show. And everyone, I think my board members understand, and then. But to help the public and be transparent about to answer the why of that, with the state laws, you have to produce an agenda 5 days before a public meeting. When you think about that, you do that agenda 5 days before, business does not stop during that. And so they felt like, and I agree with, it will allow some things to even. It's just a better way of doing business. 3 weeks is a long time to wait on something. Now, there was some discussion. You might see some actions where there's discussion and then table for 2 weeks that will allow them to gather more information. But it'll be interesting to see how that process works.
Is it possible, or is it even designed at all, that one meeting is more important or has precedence or priority or whatever over another? They equally? They
will be equal, but we talked about, and there was a lot of discussion. Ideally, you would see your agendas get smaller each meeting. Yeah. And hopefully that's what we hope to see. We'll have to set deadlines for people to get stuff in and request, but it's just a sign of the growth and all the actions we're dealing with. And so we'll see. And, it was mentioned last night. And, if you do this for a quarter and it doesn't work, you can always make a recommendation to go back to it. But it'll be interesting to see how that works.
But again, the fact that you've had your planning meetings or whatever, I mean, you've been meeting twice a month,
We have
so
been.
that really doesn't change the maybe the importance or what can be discussed and so on is going to be a little different.
And what it will do, of course, both meetings will be regular meetings. There'll be voting meetings. There'll be public comment. It's just going to compound and speed up and probably create more talk about what's going on in Wilson County schools. And I think that's a good thing.
Well, as we've come to the end of one school year and another one looming ahead here, of course, I'm sure as soon as one ends, you're thinking about the next one. But I'm wondering how much transition. You have some people who will leave. Some will move from one place to another. How much fruit basket turnover have we had here this year?
We've had a little and continue. Really this week, this is the week you kind of mark and say, well, once we get to this point, won't be a lot more because under statute, a teacher has to give 30 days notice. A district can hold somebody for 30 days. We've had some turnover, but, it was reported last night from HR. We had dropped under 100 certified openings. And then we had a few this week that have made moves. But we're sitting right at 100. But our applicant pool is stronger than it's been in the last 2 years. So we feel confident that we'll be able to open school, still have some high need areas, our special education department with teachers and EAs. And, our budget didn't mention that, but our budget was passed already through. And including in our budget is some stipend money for those special ed teachers in certain areas of special ed and for our EAs. We bumped them up a pay grade. So that's the area we've got to attack now. If we can solve that, and math teachers. It's hard to find math teachers. And so that's where we're kind of beating the bushes right now trying to locate those. But we feel like we're in better shape than we've been. Our teachers received another 5% raise in this year's budget, are classified at 2%, and we're starting to see that. We're closing the gap a little on some surrounding counties. Not that, I hear a lot of time from teachers, well, why can't we make what they make in X county? Yeah. And it all goes back to how much that penny brings in. Our commissioner's been wonderful with our pennies, allowing us to have those pennies, and there was a county we really compete with, and I was talking to someone from that county last week. I don't have the exact number, but last I checked, our pennies bring in somewhere in, say, $700,000 a tax penny. Their tax penny brings in $1.5 million. So my goal is to catch them, but that's a tall task. But what we're seeing over the last 3 years is about a 15% increase in teacher pay. That is starting to show up because there's a lot of people want to teach in our schools. They like this culture of our schools. They like what's going on. So we feel like we're a little bit better shape than where we were this time last year. And it'll be a race to the finish line to August 1. Those students get here to get everybody in place.
And as we say, that'll be here before you know it.
It will. Next time I say, let me just say I won't be back until teachers come back the 29th. And then first student day is August 2nd. I always like to get out there. School starts, that traffic pattern changes for a few days, and we always worry about safety of buses and kids being unloaded and parents dropping off students. So just be patient with us as we work through those first few days of school.
Well, as far as your bus drivers, your support people, cafeteria people, custodians, all that, how are you doing there?
One of the things I'm most proud of, we spent a lot of time and effort looking at the bus situation. We get it. But today, I'm going to knock on wood here, we've got a driver for every route. We're even in the pool. Mr. Hardaway was there last night to board meeting, gave just outside. I said, where are we at? And he told me he's made 2 hires this week, people with CDLs, that he's going to be trained. They'll be in the sub pool right now. And he's done a tremendous job, him and his team. We've really in better shape. We've been there. Still need some more cafeteria workers. We do have their starting pay up. We've made that correction. But anybody that's interested in applying, go to wcschools.com, go to the HR link, Human Resources, look for careers, and you'll see our jobs posted there, and we would love to hear from you.
Are you the biggest employer in the county?
I think so. I don't really know with Amazon, but, in Nashville Business magazine, it came out I shared that with the board last night. We're the 28th biggest employee in this Middle Tennessee region.
Yeah, wow.
So what we do has quite more of an impact than what a lot of people realize.
Well, I know you're going to have a little time off. I want to wish you a great week or how much ever, and you have some family time and maybe not have to worry about the day-to-day operation for at least a few days here.
Well, yeah.
It's still on your mind.
Well, the great thing about technology and the bad thing about technology, I'll still be able to log in and look at things and do a little work while I'm gone.
Well, thanks for being with us today, and have a good one. And we'll see you first week in August?
That'll be correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jeff Luttrell, our Director of Schools for Wilson County. That's part one of Coleman and Company. More coming up right here on FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a battery installed on most vehicles. $149.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still a little bit of volume coming down 65 southbound over here approaching Trinity Lane. That's pretty much it. It's actually been really quiet, even coming up through the Antioch area on 24 westbound, leaving Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. However, there's been lots of radar in Rutherford County and Coffee County as well this morning. Still looks good through Brentwood, 65 northbound as you work your way out from Williamson County into South Nashville. Prince's Hot Chicken has new items on the menu. Check them out, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We'll have mostly sunny skies with a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today, highs in the lower 90s. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the lower 70s, and then mostly sunny again on Saturday with just a few afternoon thunderstorms. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your Severe View forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
And we continue here on this Friday morning. It's Friday, so that means that around 7:30 we talk with our friends of the Exit Rocky Top Realty C&D team. And we've got not only Miss Judy, we've got Medina, we've got Miss Medina. Both of them are here today. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
Of course, it's the C&D team, Exit Rocky Top Realty at 1330 West Main in Lebanon. Great people, great service. And Miss Judy, is you're still recovering, but looks like you're doing pretty good.
I am. I got the cast off, and I've just started therapy, so I am doing really good. I can drive now, too.
Oh,
so
good.
I'm not.
Dana, how are you?
Miss Daisy's not having to drive me around. She can drive.
You're not driving Miss Judy anymore.
No. She said, "This is driving Miss Judy." No, they have been wonderful. Mike and Medina has just been there to get me through all this, and you don't realize how thankful you are to be able to use your legs and your arms until you don't have them. So it's made me be a lot more humble and slow down just a little bit when I walk, especially.
Well, what do you got for us this morning?
Well, this morning I wanted just to say a big thank you to our Lebanon boys and girls baseball and softball leagues, because we had over 1,100 kids play this year, and that's, when you look at our community, that's a lot of people. This was for the city of Lebanon, and the city of Lebanon keeps those fields cleaned off and makes it a nice place to play. All the sponsors that put signs up around the fields, those people, businesses here contribute to that for our generation here of children that we have that's going to be basically running our community in a few years. And we got to think about that. What kind of character are we building in them? And I just wanted to say a big thank you for all the parents. I mean, it's a lot. When you work all day, you come home, you got to get the kids to practice. They're eating in the car for the next 3 months and are eating hot dogs at the concession stand. And then you don't get home till at 9, and but the parents have to do some real sacrifice and to get those kids to practice and to get them to the games. And then the coaches that devote their time, I mean, they're not paid positions, so they get out there and put themselves into those kids' lives. And you can see a lot of grown-ups now will tell you, I played Little League a long time ago, and it instilled in me, and most of them remember their coaches that they had and what they did to make their lives, they sparked those energies in their minds that maybe made them make good decisions as they grew up.
And another thing, too, even some small businesses that give of themselves. I know you got your bigger organizations that do, but even a little small business that gives a few $100s for a sign or a team sponsorship or something, that helps to keep it going.
That's right.
And hopefully people remember them
That's
too.
right. And there's a lot of businesses, small businesses here that, like you say, a couple $100s here and there, and then teams, businesses that sponsor the actual teams out there. That's what our community is about, is everybody gives a little bit and we make a whole lot of difference. And, when you have the commercial, the large chain deals, a lot of times it's weeks before you can get a donation from them. And right here, you can walk up to the desk and talk to somebody and they participate. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's worked and poured into our children's lives this summer. And congratulations to all those teams. I think they're going to have, some of them's won the regional now. They're going to be in the state tournaments week after next, I think. And so we're just excited for them. And thank you for all the guys that put all this together, the Little League Commission and all those, and Kiwanis and Rotary that help with all that. So that was my spiel today.
All right. Well, very, very well said. Medina, it's your turn.
Well, now I'm going to talk about real estate. So she's talked about the local community and how wonderful they are. And we love watching and hearing all about the baseball and softball teams, throughout the season anyway. But people are moving in Wilson County. They're moving around Wilson County. They're moving down the street from where they're at now in Wilson County. So we've been busy this week. We've got some new listings I wanted just to touch on. They're coming soon, and then we have some on the market that we're still pushing for that right person to walk through the door and say, this is my dream home right here. So we're having open house on Sunday at 101 Five Oaks Boulevard, or Five Oaks Circle, in Five Oaks Community. And give us a call on that one. Come by and see us on Sunday from 2 to 4. But it's been a new price of $839.9. Beautiful one-owner home, custom built by Tim Tomlinson. Great floor plan. Southern Living's best floor plan of the year that was built. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and screened-in back porch, gourmet kitchen, 2-car garage, 2 driveways, covered porches, all the works. Yep. So give us a call on that one. Come by and see us Sunday from 2 to 4. Then we have 2 new ones coming on the market this week, and one of them may be today. One of them is 501 Christie Drive, and it is in Johnson Heights off of Hartsville Pike, and it's listed at $424.9. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath ranch home with a bonus room at the top, and it's flex room, bonus room over the 2-car garage, and then it has a pole barn in the back of it, electricity, concrete floor, and then it also has a shed in the back with a trailer pad with gravel where you can park. So give us a call on that one. And then we have another one coming up. It's in Coast Ferry Village on the Coast Ferry Pike side, and it's 1300 Christopher Drive, and it's listed at $399.9. So give us a call on that one. That's 3-bed, 2.5 bath. All the bedrooms are upstairs. It has a great backyard. The people are moving because they're moving with their family, so they're wanting to get a good buyer for this one. And it's in a great neighborhood, no HOA. The one on Christie Drive does not have an HOA either. So give us a call there. And then, of course, we have some other ones that we've been talking about last week at 103 West Meade Drive. And it has a new price of $396.5, and it is 3-bedroom and 2 full bath with a fenced backyard and a 2-car detached garage with a potting shed in the back. So give us a call. We have a plethora of different properties for you, whether it's a first-time home buyer, whether you're downsizing or upsizing, and we also have one at Summit at Harbor Point off of Cairo Bend. It's 417 Zephyr. Zephyr Cove, and it's at $599.9, and it's 3-bedroom, 2 full bath with a huge bonus room over the oversized 2-car garage.
Well, you got a lot of them.
I got a lot of them. We've been busy this month, so give us a call.
615-443-3130 is that number, and you'd love to have a call.
Yes,
and
we
you'd
would.
like to have some people be with you Sunday afternoon as well.
Yes, at 101 Five Oaks Circle from Sunday from 2 to 4.
All right.
And happy 4th of July to everybody.
Well,
'cause
that's
it'll
right.
be over
We'll-
by the time we get back.
We'll be here next Friday and hope to see you then. Hope you have a great weekend, a great week, and a great 4th. How's that?
That's right.
All
And
right.
remember,
Yes.
don't make a move without us.
All right. Thank you
See you
so
later.
much. Medina Himentola, Judy Cox, C&D Team, Exit Rocky Top Realty, 1330 West Main in Lebanon. We're about 20 before the hour, and this is the last Friday of the month, and it is the time we normally talk about the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, and we're going to be doing that today. Jamie is with us this morning, and you've got your new, good morning, first of all.
Good morning, Coleman.
And you've got your new July brochure that's got all the information in there, and you're going to share some of that with us this morning, right?
Yes, sir. I have a lot to go over.
Got a new director that last time, at the end of last month, we were saying goodbye to Patty Watts and had her out here on her special day. She sent me a really nice thank you card for having her here, and how special she said it made her feel that day. And she did get I thought, a great send-off. What did you think?
I hope she enjoyed it. The videos that I had put together for her, I just thought it was sentimental, and she could keep that, for years and look back on it. So I think she had a good time. I think all of the members had a good time, and we wish Patty well.
Well, we certainly do. And, of course, Heather Sadler-Gallagher has taken over and has her joke of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody does things a little bit different, and you don't expect a carbon copy. But we still eat lunch about 12 noon every day, and we still have someone to ask God's blessing on the food, and we say the pledge allegiance to the to the flag. And I hope that we don't quit doing that.
I don't think any of that will change.
But we've got today. Well, today I think we might ought to talk about this and remind any of our listeners who are dues-paying members of what today is. This is the last day of the fiscal year, actually, the last business day anyway. And this is the day of renewal. So tell us about that.
Yep, we have a really big day planned. So if you are a member or want to become a member, now's the time. Of course, you can do that at any point in the year, but I guess today is when you would really get your money's worth.
Yeah, we throw a lot of attention to it today, and I think there's I don't know what all this afternoon. It's sort of a party atmosphere if it's not a party.
Yep, all day. So games will really begin at 9. It's all open games, though. Last year I had an itinerary, but I decided not to do that this year. So we'll have shuffleboard and horseshoes and cornhole going. We'll have the only scheduled game I have is chair volleyball at 11 o'clock, but I'll have ladder ball and water pong and just a bunch of things going. And then this afternoon at 1 o'clock, just because you had been there, and then for each game that you play, you'll get a raffle ticket. And at 1, we'll just have a raffle drawing. I have a lot of great prizes in my office, donated by multiple businesses in the community. And then at 2 o'clock, Michael Edsel will have his bigger than ever bingo. So what that means is just larger prizes that he already does big on.
Yeah. So today is a really big day, and people can sign up, pay their dues for the next year. Some people do some people pay by the month, or is it pretty much a one-time thing?
So it's really just a one-time thing. The only thing there that they could pay by the month is for pool.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing.
Oh, okay. So, dues $35 a
Yes,
year
sir.
for a member,
Mhm.
and if there are 2 of you, that means that's $70,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And to play pool, I believe it's $3 a month. I'm sorry, it's $5.
I think it's $5 a month, or you could pay for the full year at just $36.
Right.
So that is a bargain.
Right. Well, so you have those opportunities today, plus opportunity to have a lot of fun, and probably going to be a pretty good crowd there today. You're anticipating several, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what else do we need to talk about?
Another big thing that we need to touch base is we usually have our spring yard sale, and they elected not to do that this past May, but we are going to have a yard sale in July, on July 27th. So currently we're accepting all donations. The only thing that we're not accepting right now is books. So in the past, we turned down clothes and large furniture. We're just trying to take a different approach on the yard sale and do things maybe a little bigger and hope that'll go well for us.
Well, fundraisers are necessary to pretty much keep the doors open. Correct. And this is a big, you've already given me some information about it. I haven't shared it with our audience. I thought we'd do this today, and then I'll begin mentioning it, try to mention it, if not every day, at least 2 or 3 times a week until it happens. But what's the date for this again?
It's Saturday, July 27th, and we'll begin at 7 and close it out at 1.
So but you got pretty much the month of July to get ready for it, for people to make their donations and to get it sorted and in presentable way for the sale.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we'll try to remind everybody. And if you need to do some cleaning out, get some stuff to throw away, some stuff you don't need anymore, something that somebody would like to pay a nominal price to have and help the Senior Citizen Center, why keep that in mind, and we'll keep you reminded.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take a break right here. More coming up in a moment. Jamie Phillips, my guest with the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still working with a couple of minor accidents out here. Here's what we're seeing. A little bit of volume over here southbound on 65 as you work your way down towards Trinity Lane. Traffic's looking good up through the Brentwood, Franklin area, up through Williamson County in general on 65 northbound. There's been a little bit of radar this morning on 24 in certain parts of Rutherford County, Coffee County as well. Nash Painting is a non-franchise painting company here in Middle Tennessee. Mention this ad. Get a 10% discount. Call Nash Painting at 912-2288. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's summertime, summertime.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, and it's time to get your backyard ready for all that summertime fun.
Well, if you want a bigger backyard, or maybe you don't want to mow anymore, let us help you find the home that fits your needs.
Houses are flying off the market so quickly, you really need to get a real estate agent to help you to find that dream home.
That's why you don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmensholler at Exit Rocky Top Realty, C&D Team, 443-3130.
For more than 36 years, Wilson Bank & Trust has been proud to serve communities all across Tennessee. As an independent local bank, we provide banking products competitive with large banks, but delivered with personalized local service. Wilson Bank & Trust has been community-focused since 1987 and looks forward to many more. Discover the power of local community banking that truly makes a difference. Give us a call or come on by any of our local 30 locations or visit wilsonbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
We continue here on this Friday morning. Jamie Phillips with the Lebanon Center. You're, I've called you program director. What's your official title?
Program director.
That's it. All right, we got that right. Well, anyway, we appreciate you being here to tell us about what's happening. I think we pretty much talked about today, but the month of July is going to be a big time. This sale we talked about, it's going to have a big fundraiser, but there are other things to talk about too. And so get us started.
Okay, so we haven't had one since I've been there, but I was told previous to me they did a talent show annually. So we do have a talent show scheduled for July 19th. So you will need to sign up in the office, but that seems like it might be a good time. We have a lot of talent in the center, and then I'm sure there's some outside that don't necessarily come each day that, we'd like to see and just have a good time.
What qualifies? What can you do, or is there anything you can't do as far as talent goes?
Well,
a lot of singing.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a lot of singing. Joe, hopefully he'll tell some jokes. Joe Thomas, he said he used to be a comedian, and he's funny anyways.
Yeah.
So I guess the only thing you couldn't do is use profanity. So, but I guess that would be about all.
Well, you haven't done one of these, so you don't know exactly what to expect. But a comedy routine would be fine if you can sing, any kind of singing talent, most any kind of song, I guess you want to sing. Will you have some musicians there to play for those who don't? Or, of course, you can always use a CD as accompaniment, I suppose.
I could probably work that out. I haven't thought about that, but we have great talent there, great guitar players, and I know someone I lean on all the time is JW, and he's always happy to do it. So
now, do you have some winners here and some prizes to give?
Yes, we will. I don't know. We might. I'm kind of thinking like maybe a first place and then like second and a third, or first and second runner up, something like that is kind of where I'm leaning. I also wanted, this is a big day too, and it's not until August 3rd, but the Road West Band is going to come out Saturday, August 3rd from 6:30 to 9:30. So we'll have a band and a big dance on that day. And we have a lot of members that are super excited. I think Road West brings their own crowd, so we're expecting a great turnout for that. And those tickets are just $10 per person. You have to see me to purchase those tickets, but it's going to be a good time there too. We have a lot of things going right now.
Well, you're thinking of some additional things we can do. It's been a little over a year.
Yes, sir.
Year and a half maybe since you.
April was a year, so yeah, just a little. A year and
2 months.
Yeah.
Well, you for sure have gotten your feet wet by now.
Yes.
Let's say, is this what you expected, really?
Yes and no. I guess when I first got hired on, I wanted to throw like I wanted to do parties. Like I love doing parties. So my opportunity to do that really is on prom, when we do our prom, and I started that last year. But then again in these evening dances, but there's a lot that goes into my job, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, and I was a little, I guess, naive in the beginning, like thinking it was going to be a breeze, and it isn't always a breeze. I love being at the center. I love doing what I do. I love just spending my days with y'all. But there is a lot that goes into my job to make sure everything is kosher and goes as it should.
And every once in a while, you've got somebody that's not too happy with the decision that you make, or hopefully they're not ugly, but a lot of people don't mind expressing either disappointment or dissatisfaction, right?
That's correct. And my biggest problem, I think, is that I'm a people pleaser. So I'm running around trying to please everyone and just trying to realize that I can't do that. I'm doing what I can, and I hope what y'all want, but I can't please everyone.
Yeah.
And
now that we have a new director, you've just gotten, you had about a year and a month, really, to be with Patty and learn what her likes and dislikes and what she wanted off you and that sort of thing. Now it's kind of starting all over again.
Right.
With Heather. And Heather's hit the ground running here, and it takes a while there's an adjustment period for us who are members, and for the director and or for the program director, like you are. But I think things are coming along, and we have good attendance. We have we had a good cornhole session yesterday. And I guess we could say the underdog won. Maybe it wasn't me.
That's pretty cool, though.
You weren't. Were you? You weren't out there.
I was in and out yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, I had a lot of going on for planning for today, and then still I had sponsors coming in, dropping off prizes, and so just here and there yesterday.
Well, I once expressed my appreciation and satisfaction for the shuffleboard that we've got going again, and just wish we had a few more that wanted to play. But if it had a whole lot more playing, I might not win. So
yes, because you did.
Believe it or
you
not,
did win.
Helen and I won that the other
Yeah,
day. That was
did.
fun. But you're doing a good job there.
Thank you.
What else you got for us?
So this has changed a little bit. Heather wants to begin traveling, and we know that our members want to travel as well. And signups will stay the same as they always have. The first of the month, you call and you sign up to do travel. But in the center, on one of the back walls, she has some big pieces of paper with interest. Like I think the only official sign up back there is a grease play. It's full, but you can absolutely put your name on the waiting list. But other than that, she has the luggage place, I think, in Atlanta as interest, the Nashville Symphony, and then like a sounds game. So we're going to continue putting those things up to see where the interest is and where y'all want to go. So always look at that back wall and see what's changed, or just sign up for what you want to do, because we want to do what y'all want to do. We want to go to the places that y'all want to go, and I have a couple more to put up there today. Just little overnight trips. I think she wants to get an overnight trip in before the end of the year. So then they're going to watch the Grease play at the Cumberland Playhouse next month. So there's just different things.
So some more opportunities in that area that maybe we haven't been doing a
Correct.
lot of.
Yep. She really wants to travel. So a lot of that, just keep your eyes open there. Also, I just wanted to, mention our shopping trip in July 16th. We'll be going to Green Hills and Trader Joe's. I've never been to either of those places, but I'm driving the bus now, or van, however you want to say it. And this month we went to Cool Springs, and that was new for me as well. But we're having a good time on those trips. And anyways, you don't have to pay for.
You get to know people a little bit more when you spend time with them like that, don't you?
Yes.
You travel to and from, and then with them a good while during the day, wherever you go.
Yep, and walk the mall together, you really do learn about people that way. So I do enjoy it, and that's something I wanted to do for a long time since I've been there. I've wanted to travel, but that was Patty's thing, and Heather has given me the opportunity to take those trips. So I enjoy that.
Well, we still have lunch every day, and the price on that hasn't changed. It's
$4 Monday through Thursday, $5 on Fridays.
And we usually have a pretty good lunch crowd there. That's probably, is that, in your opinion, is that the highlight of the day, the lunch hour?
I think so. We put so much into our lunch program through curbside, homebound, and then in-house. That's where most of the funds go. So I would say yes. That's our biggest thing. And
there are some people who just love to play cards, and I'm not one of them. I don't even know how to play cards except maybe rook, and I haven't got into that because I'd rather play pool or shuffleboard or cornhole. But there's something for everybody. It really is. And there's a lot of good card players. And I don't do you have any tournaments?
Yeah, we have a rook tournament, a spades tournament, and we just started hand and foot back up. But their ideas are that we maybe can do a samba tournament, and then bridge players play on Fridays. Samba, I think, takes all day, but if that's what they want to do, then I hope that we can work that out. I played in my first spades game the other day. Me and Pam Dobson were partners, and Minnie and Goldie would get me, but we beat them, and I ain't never played before, so I love Goldie. She's so funny. She's just telling everybody. So I thought I might as well too. I know we just have a second, but I did want to mention one more thing real quick. In the calendar, you have your newsletter, and then you have the refrigerator calendar. I made a tweak in the calendar there, and it's best if you go by the refrigerator calendar. I forgot to add Christmas in July in the newsletter, so I made that change. So just anybody that's listening, it's hard to reach individual people, but grab a refrigerator calendar because that's what you want to go by.
Right. Your brochure, your bigger one, has maybe 2 or 3 pages.
Yes.
The refrigerator page is what can be summarized and put on one sheet there that you attach that or somewhere that you look at every day.
Yep. There's just 2 days. The 17th, I moved shuffleboard to the 17th, and then I added Christmas in July on the 25th.
Okay. Well, one more time, it is time to renew your membership, and that's one of the big things today. It's kind of a party all day at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, starting at 9, you said?
Yes, sir.
And you've got an hour to get there. It won't take you that long.
No, not quite.
Jamie, thanks for being with us today, and we'll see you next month.
Okay.
Jamie Phillips, Program Director for Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. That's going to do it for a Friday, and we're going to wish you a happy weekend, and we'll do it again on Monday if all goes well. Till then, I wish you a fantastic day.